Good morning, viewers. It's the Colonel speaking to you live from the Grange for British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. And today another of the National Savings Movement records. This time it's Think of a Number, short savings talk by Air Commodore Howard Williams, Air Correspondent of the Daily Telegraph. That's more like it, viewers. Right.
Now, here is Air Commodore Howard Williams, MC, the Daily Telegraph Air Correspondent, to say a few words to you.
I'm going to talk to you for a few moments about airmen, some of the finest young men our country has ever bred, whose exploits make the God-belonging squadrons of Genghis Khan and the gallant Spartans before Thermopylae look like mere amateurs. Our bombed cities have their claims too. I recently heard tell of a Polish officer who talked with fervent enthusiasm of the bravest soldiers in the world. It transpired they were the citizens of London, a tradition that is fast becoming worldwide. What an age we live in. Centuries ahead, people will say of the 1940s, my word, those were the days, when the men were men and the women were constantly reminded of the fact. We are lucky. Our strength lies in the four corners of the world. In America, with the greatest president they ever had, Franklin D. Roosevelt. In China, behind their stoutest son, General Chiang Kai-shek. In Russia, under the inspired leadership of Joe Stalin. And in ourselves. 1,000 years hence, the fame of Churchill the Great will be sung, his speeches quoted as are Caesar's today. Consider our modern generation for a minute. While you and I sleep and work, night and day our air crews are flying over the Atlantic and the Mediterranean, in the near and far east, and over Europe, carrying the offensive war into the soul of Germany and Italy. These brave bomber and fighter and coastal boys of ours don't wait for trouble to come to them. They go and look for it. Some do not return from their battle occasions when, let there be no mistake about it, every brave man who falls spares a century of our lives with his own. Does it occur to you that these young men do this, that you and I might live? The fighting men who are speeding our arms to victory urgently need the sinews of war, which money alone can provide, in exactly the same way that you and I will need exactly the same money when the war is done. In their name, I most earnestly invite you, as you measure your country's need at this hour, to consider the amount you have in mind to least lend our fighting men. On the altar of your present security, may I suggest a game we have all played at some time or another? Think of a number, double it, and if you are the man and woman I think you are, and you are, add the number you first thought of. This, my personal appeal, is on behalf of those who belong to what I may be forgiven for regarding as the finest service in the greatest empire the world has ever known. Give them more planes, so that they may spread their wings for victory.
Well, there we go, viewers. I somehow don't think the opinion of Joe Stalin and his inspired leadership has survived the intervening decades. But there we are. Thank you, viewers, and goodbye.